Eyes wide open, the clock don't rest. Street lights flicker, got a blade in my chest. Not fear, just thrills as the steel shines thin. In the glow, my insomniac sit and spin. Late night cuts where the stories begin. Fingers on fire and the metal's my kin. Stream it live where the fearless win. This is Juvan's night flick, sit and spin. Glit in the dark, oh the dance so slick. The edge does the talking, every sound it clicks. World's asleep but the shimmer won't fade. Precision's my game and the craft's my blade. Late night cuts where the stories begin. Fingers on fire and the metal's my kin. Stream it live where the fearless win. This is Juvan's night flick, sit and spin. Under moonlight, the sparks they fly. Sharp as my wit, slicing through the sky. The rhythm of midnight, sharp edges sing. Tuned in, live to the late night king.
Late night, patty whack, give a dog a bone. Grab a snack, sit right back and never be alone. It's time for Insomniac, sit and spin. A knife live stream and a gathering of friends. Insomniac, sit and spin is about to start. So come on in and do your part. Juvan's Night Flicks is the channel you seek for new knife reviews and a show every week. Fight. Insomniac, night, patty whack, give a dog a bone. Grab a snack, sit right back and never be alone. It's time for Insomniac, sit and spin. A knife live stream and a gathering of friends. Insomniac, sit and spin is about to start. So come on in and do your part. Juvan's Night Flicks is the channel you seek for new knife reviews and a show every week. Late night, patty whack, give a dog a bone. Grab a snack, sit right back and never be alone. It's time for Insomniac, sit and spin. A knife live stream and a gathering of friends. Insomniac, sit and spin is about to start. So come on in and do your part. Juvan's Night Flicks is the channel you seek for new knife reviews and a show every week.
Went out because we only had a little bit, but are you high on cigarettes? And when that stuff runs out, you're gonna want to make it. Are you high on cigarettes?
Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong? 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 He don't smoke 'em, but he loves it when you do. That's why he's high on cigarettes. And if you find him, you should light him up a few. He's getting higher on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes.
What is going on, people? I knew that Sammy Davis Jr. Commercial is loud and it gets old, and I apologize. Hello, everybody's having a fantastic Tuesday night. We got Ground Fog in the house. What is up, Ground Fog? We got Marco in the house. We got Neil McKenzie, channel member. What is up, brother? El Cap Addict, channel member. What is up, my friend? Kathleen Smith has stopped by. What is up, Miss Smith? Good to see you, lovely lady. We've got Pretty Fly for a knife guy in the house. What is up? As his brother, I think El Cap Addict, did I say hey to you earlier? If not, hey to you again, brother, and channel member. And then we got Luke in the house. I started a little early. I'm here, maybe I started late. It's 9 o'clock. I'm 15. I started 15 minutes early. Just to hang, just to be here and see what's up, show y'all a couple of knives, a couple of cool knives, give you a preview of some things that are coming up on the channel. Ed, what is up, my man? Good to see you. Yes. I'm early, but I've got a couple of cool things. One, my brother, A to Z EDC, picked this up on Blade Bench. And this is a North Mountain Blade Dwyer, legitimate Strider type, not a clone, because it's got Dwyer's name on the blade. And it's a very nice knife. If I'm not mistaken, it came in about 385 bones new. I don't know what he paid for it, but it's about the same size as the SNG, which I've got up here to show y'all. This is in a, what do they call it? Something magic. SLD Magic San Mai. I don't know what that means. I just know that they sent me a couple of knives, one of which was A to Z's, and the other was this budget knife here that has the San Mai that I'll be able to actually cut with and see how it performs. The knife itself, this is the Chop 2 with the button lock, works very well. I reviewed my buddy A to Z's Chop 4, but this one is very light. I think it's about less than 100 bones. Ed, we are going vertical. We're going vertical on Tuesdays to keep it different. I don't know if it'll bring anybody else in, but it did bring a lot more people to the aftershot. Paul Mills, channel member, what is up? Good to see you, brother. Paul Mills, congratulations, my friend. Oh, and I know it's not a new knife day, but it's a new knife month. I think that's awesome. El Cap Addict is saying hey to you too, Paul Mills. Good to see you guys. But the other cool thing, I don't know if these are still available. We will check. But I really love my Model 3, my American Blade Works MagnaCut and aluminum knife that's right under 300 bones. Where's my button? There it is. Boom. So I don't cut my finger off. And then what I've been carrying quite a bit, this is my Microtech Gen 3. I've kind of been carrying it because the Zero Blade Play is not part of the Gen 4. They took that out. I found that kind of interesting. And today, I was carrying a knife that Kaiser partnered up with our brother Mark at New Breed Designs, and this is the Rave. This is a great knife, a great Kaiser knife. Maybe one of the best Kaiser knives I've seen this year. It's got a liner lock, titanium. This one has inset leather, but this is just one of the configurations. I love the inset leather. S45 blade steel. Very pokey, stabby point, but very much a gentleman's folder too. Then I carried it today along with, in my back pocket, I carried a little ricochet from Driver Defense, who's right over the mountain, kind of between me and Shane. Shane, he makes fixed blades and folders. I picked this up from him, I think at the Rocket City Life Show in Huntsville. Very cool. That is the Rays. Did I call it something different? Did I call it the Rave? I always make up fucking words. It is the Rays. El Cap Addict is correct. He has corrected my mistake. It is the Rays, and it is awesome. One of my favorite Kaisers. Another one was the Top Sail. Fantastic knife. I did a review on it. I had a very dear friend who was trying to find a gift for a very important person in her life, and she just gushed over that knife, and I could not gift it to her because she's so awesome. She goes back to the college days. You guys have seen her here from time to time in the channel. Not too much, but she makes herself known in the chat when she's here. I'll just leave it at that. She is awesome. I said probably Rave, but only because I forget what is it called by Kaiser. Now you're making me question us both. Kaiser Rays, I think it was what it is. Kaiser R-A. It is, in fact, the Rays, not the Rave. The Rays. And let me show you something, guys. It comes in some really nice colors and is what I consider to be a value priced premium knife. But my version 152 right now, you can get titanium carbon fiber inlay for 161. You can get S45 titanium and camo carbon for 170. All those are available now on Kaiser's site, and they ship from the US from their warehouse. If y'all are interested, raise your hand and I'll drop in an affiliate link. Now we're upside down. Where we go? Bonk, bonk. Hello. Sorry about that. So is everybody having a great week? Is everybody having a fantastic week? I just, before this live started, the reason the live didn't start just a few minutes earlier is I just completed 4 minutes, not 4 minutes, 4 hours of defensive driving school that I had to complete by this morning at 8 a.m. I made a phone call frantically because my cloud services went down about 6:45 because I was doing it this morning. And I was given till midnight. And then it automatically transfers, but it probably took me 2 hours to read through it, do the mini quizzes, and do the final quiz. And yes, I passed it like the ninja that I am. But it was good refresher information. Hey, Sierra Rec, I don't recommend anyone taking defensive driving school unless you are just presented the opportunity because you're going to get slapped with a hefty ticket, which I did. And you're going to get points added to your license, which I did not. So, yay for defensive driving school. And yay for it being available online. It was a win. I considered that, even though I panicked my ass off. I knew because I worked also today from 2 to 6, which is not really a job, but that's where I spent 4 hours today. So I knew I had to come back and get it all knocked out between 6 and say 8:30, so I could do this and have my mind kind of right. So I'm still thinking a little bit stressed from test questions, but I think it's going to be great. I think you guys are going to pull me fully out of it. But that is what I've been doing, where it's usually I've been chilling, setting alarms on my watch so that I wake myself up if I fall asleep. That's not been the case today. Today has been hectic, to say the least. But I'm sure you guys have had hectic days, hectic weeks, and that's what life is all about, right? That's what we do. That's what we deal with. That's exactly what I deal with. Other cool knife I've never had an O knife come across the table before. I think I reviewed one that somebody gifted me that I gave away, and this one will eventually be given away too. This is the O knife Aeon. It is a very nice little, super sharp 14C G10. Look how tight that thing is to come together. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a very thin, compact, what I consider to be a great gentleman's folder, reversible clip. Kind of is one of those clips that pivots on an axis. So you can take that apart if you want to from there. That's where you would take it apart. Ball bearing action, very slicey, and priced under 70 bones, I believe, maybe under 60 bones during their Olight sale. Anyway, that's a very cool night. I'll have that, or a very cool knife. I'll have a review coming on that. I'm sucking on a Mary Jones soda, blueberry, raspberry, lemonade. Dear Rick, that is a fact. Mine was an actual state blessing, and Alabama's got a bunch of, I'm not even going to go there, but that is one thing that I did dodge a bullet. And I spend time in a knife store, and I have people that move from other states, and they come in and they ask about, are you allowed to sell those here? I'm like, sure we are. I'm talking about out the front knives. And there are a lot of states and a lot of people that live in this state that think that they are a scary, illegal type of knife, and they're not. They're perfectly legal, one hand. Make it happen knife, take it out, open it, cut something, put it back away. You can pull this out with that out the front. I can open this just as fast as someone can actuate that out the front, pretty close to within a millisecond or two. And it's just, to me, it's crazy that they look at deployment of knives as something to, hold against them. I know some of them, it's the length of the blade, and others, for us, I think we used to have a thing on the law, or a law in the books, where you couldn't carry a 12-inch Bowie knife. I don't know if anybody ever fought it, but it was just like, what is a 12-inch Bowie knife? Okay, screw it. Most people aren't going to carry that on their, person anyway. If you're carrying it out in the woods or something else, that's, I guess, considered okay. I don't know. Leave them leaking, Ed. I hope I never have to use that. I hope I never have to use a knife. I know you guys know. I hope I never have to use a knife, and I'll probably get taken out if I did have to defend the knife. But there are some knives that are very, very pokey, that are very, very stabby. And for me, probably not that we're going to have that conversation, but I would rather have a big ass long knife that I could reach out like a sword, or cold steel or something, where I wouldn't have to get that close to them. But then again, it brings into law, are you close? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't want to ever have to defend myself with a knife or with anything else. I just want everybody to get along. Will that happen? Who knows? I hope so. I've also got, this is a really cool knife. If you're a Strider fan, or if you're not, you can get this in 3V if you don't like the San Mai SLD Magic. But the frame lock is done very well. It's on bearings. I think it's about $340. You can get it in all kinds of different carbon fiber looks. I'll pull it up and show it to you. I have no affiliation with them, even though they were nice enough to send me this knife, this Chop 2. So I can kind of see how that SLD Magic cuts and how it sharpens. I've got it on a Max Ace. Was it Neptune? Yeah, I think it was a Neptune. I've got it on a knife that I haven't cut with a lot, so I guess that's not a good indicator. North blades, blah blah blah. They make really pretty slip joints. I mean, this company makes pretty slip joints. They make pretty interesting. Here's the Dwyer, and this is a Bowie CPM 3V DLC blade wash Dwyer Design Shadow Edition. And they also have a Tonto that they have released, and they are legit Dwyer knives, numbered, and they cost $380. But that's for a full DLC. They've got all different flavors. Here's one for $320 and gray titanium with the SLD satin. And then all kinds of carbon fiber if you like that. Here's a $330 variation that's a Tonto. I assume it's going to be very similar to what I'm looking at. But look at that. I mean, it's not necessarily my jam, but the fact that it exists, I think it's pretty cool. This Joker. The Joker. They're having fun with it. Interesting company. I've not been aware of them. They did send me, I did a review on the Ironwood, the Desert Ironwood Chop 4 that my buddy A to Z, the same one who bought this and let me review it. I don't see it on here. Really nice knife. They make some nice knives. Their budget knife seems nice. I've not. Look at that. The jellyfish looks very clean. Yes, warehouse. Who's that made with? I see their maker's mark. Maybe that's. Anywho's, I don't know. Maybe that says, but they make nice knives. The knives I've seen 1, 2, 3, and I'll do a review on the other 2. This one, the Dwyer of my buddy A to Z's, and then this Chop 2. I've got a Chop 4 that's already up on the channel. I didn't do much chopping with it because it wasn't my knife. I can chop with this one. So there's that. What else I got over there? Cool. Oh, been carrying my little harpoon quite a bit because Kaiser is doing something really cool in December. I can't talk about it yet. I can give you all a sneak peek probably next week with the harpoon. And some premium finishes with the premium handle. It's a Maverick design collaboration. This is the mini harpoon, and this is a 3-feather EDC, a company who reached out to me. I say a company, it's one dude. And he makes these sheaths for knives that are budget of nature, or you can go to his site and you can look at knives for a Candura or knives for, or sheaths, for a Candura or sheaths for a Kaiser. A lot of different Kaisers. And he's a guy that he does a really good job. And they're not going to cost you more than the knife. YouTube Music Portal, what is up, brother? Satisfaction, I see you sleep in here. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And I haven't seen anybody odd slip in, so I don't think we're in the YouTube vertical short stream. The reason I went vertical, I'll just tell y'all, is when you get into StreamYard now, you have that choice. And I figured Tuesday nights, I would do it as a test because this stream last week got 800 views after the fact, where they usually get about 200. And I'm hoping it equates to people either liking it and coming to the channel or not. If it becomes where it's not as much fun to watch, um, yeah, I'm surprised that you guys are nice enough to come and watch me anyway, because I have such little to say. What's up? Hey, Mason. And keep your fingers crossed. I'm hoping our brother can join us tonight. He's a little bit under the weather. Um, brother Kyle, always like when he comes and keeps me in check, and he and I can get into conversations about AI. I think that's why I think he's still mad at me for the AI conversations. Y'all should not be seeing any ads tonight. I did turn that off because YouTube tries to turn it on by default. So hopefully you're not seeing ads. Hopefully you guys are just here to hang out. If you have anything of interest, anything you want to see, I'm thinking about, because I've got several weeks worth of content. And then over the holidays, I'd kind of like to do something to go back through the knives that I might have glanced over, done a review on, but that I really, really like. My TRMs, I'm a huge fan of. Even the TRMs that I've had for years. Um, the Bulldog is great. I don't talk about it much because I've got other knives to talk about, other USA knives. That's the bad thing about being in kind of this position, is you get to see a lot of really cool knives, but they eclipse knives that are also very, very good. And I'm not the guy, because of my brain, to go back and do cataloged what are my top 5 of 2025. I'm going to try to do that. Another reason why I have a hard time with that is I do pass a lot of knives along. So some of the better knives, I'll let those go, which is good. It's the way it should be, right? Paul Mills has got a absolute banger. He's got some really cool knives in lately, and he's got I'll let him say it. He's got probably one of the premier knives I think that's out there right now. I think let's go to Instagram, see if Paul's put it up there. I don't want to dox anybody. I don't want to talk about anything that somebody hadn't put out in the public, but I can sure share it. Let me go right here. Oh, yeah, he's not real active, so I'm not gonna. He shared it with me, but yeah, he's gotten some bangers. El Cap Addict's asking him if he got a Ripley. And Paul, I'd love to show that off if you don't mind. If you don't want to show it off, I totally get it. I totally get it. Donnie and I might not get along on everything. We might not agree on everything, but he's one of the best knife makers. And he made a knife that Paul got that is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Paul, let me know if I can show pictures of it off. Let's go to Donnie's site. We can just look at some of his knives. Let's boom, boom, boom. I'm thinking, what'd Paul say? Order a predator. Let's see. You can show the short video clip. Hey, Paul, I'm about to show a video on Instagram because I've got it pulled up. And I believe it's yours, but stop me and say, hey, bruh, that's not mine. But I'm going to show something right here. Share screen. I don't want to get copyrighted for whatever music that is. Look how beautiful. All that's made by hand except for the hardware. Bang. Is that it, brother? I thought so. I thought so. Congratulations, man. What a gorgeous, gorgeous beast. What a gorgeous beast. What's up, Autumn Wind? How are you doing, friend? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, that is a banger for shiz. It is beautiful. I hope everybody's having a great, great week. Geek Machinist, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Paul, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I can't imagine how well it operates. I mean, compared to everything else. Only a mere mortal can't probably fathom it until they've handled it. This is my OG Strider. And I'm going to do a video comparing this to the Dwyer. And I can tell you, this action on bearings is very, very nice. This hasn't even broken in yet. Well, I guess the other person that sold it to my buddy on Blade Binge had used it a little bit. I don't know how much. But it's the same size as an S&G. But you can get it in different versions. I love my S&G because it's 01 steel. It's got the crosshatch. It's Strider, not a Dwyer. I don't know the love lost politics of that breakup, nor do I really want to. Do I care? This is a knife that I never had any desire to have until I did. And then I started off with Paul Mills traded me for my little Protec S&G. And then I got a PT07, which is a small Protec made out of MagnaCut. And then I got the real deal, thanks to Brother Scotch and Things. What's up? Kevin Smith and Knives, channel member. Good to see you, brother. The Cheese Nader's hiding out. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Let's see if I can get these. Whoops. I lost my vape. That's my number one crutch. Oh, I'll squirm for it. Let me move this case over here. Smaller case. Break out. That's my little PT 207, which is a great little Strider shaped. They make it. I know Scotch and Things had a PT or a 207 Strider that was a frame lock version of this, but this is kind of the mini version, I guess you'd say. I think Protec's still making, maybe they're not. Maybe they're not making this either. I know they're not making the SNG for whatever reason. Ale Cap Addict got the effing grow that started it all. Thank you, channel member. That is definitely the knife that started it all. And a lot of people will say, well, that's a Chinese knife. That's like the effing grow. This one's totally different. This is a licensed deal between the owner of this design and the company that bought it. What do I know? The ProTech. Oh yeah, now I didn't show the S&G. The S&G is what I realized gave me the size that I needed to know that yes, I like the size of this knife. I would love to have another. And that's when I picked up the ProTech version of it, or the Strider version of it after having this for almost a year. Thank you, Paul. I love that knife. And then I've got the knife that I could probably get by with. Oh, buck 110. I've had this for 20 years. I don't know how to test. Here they're hard to kind of find out how old they are. I know that I found this in the back of a used car that had been on a test drive in 2001. And the car dealer kept it for like a month to see if anybody's going to come back. And I've got a sheep with it too. And I ended up walking away with it because they were going to get rid of it. It was one of the first knives I had back when I was collecting knives, before I was really collecting knives. The big one is the SMF. And I don't know what that stands for, but I think it should be Supreme Motherfucker, something like that. Because this is the same size as the SNG, which I don't know what that Anaker is, and Strider people don't want to tell you. But this is called the Dwyer BB something something. They don't even have a real name for it. They just call it the Dwyer Designs. It has such a nice click. Listen to this when it closes. And it does have a inset lock bar. Done very, very well. Open back design. I don't know how 1, 2, 3 and a pivot. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 and a pivot are holding this knife together. But they're selling this for, what did I say? From 320 to thunk 380. And it does not get more expensive if you go with the 3V, because the only steel that they've got besides this SLD Magic San Mai or whatever they call it is 3V. And one of those is sold out on their site because their stuff does ship from the stuff on their sites ships from California. So what's it called? North. So let me share the screen real quick. Won't. That's what their site looks like. And they don't throw that Dwyer out there. You've kind of got to look for it. You see these chops. The chops are the big thing I think that they maybe designed. And it's a super nice knife. I mean, I've got one of the button locks I haven't reviewed. But so if I go up here to the little circle thing and type in Dwyer. So they've got the black Bowie, which is a clip point. I think the this one sold out, the Tanto. But these are not that SLD satin or SLD. This is CPM 3V, they say, but it's probably, I don't know, it's 3V something. Something or another. And that's 380 down to 320 for a Chinese knife. I don't know if that's worth it. Most of their knives are 160, 120, 140, 220 if you want something like this, which I think that's got a. Some of these have a kickstop. This is not one of them. It's just got a disc and carbon fiber. Really nice knife. I mean, the one I reviewed was 161 and it was worth twice that probably. If you are into that kind of thing. The plain Jane, Excalibur. Yeah, the compression lock Excalibur is sweet. They've just got some nice stuff on the site. And I know it ships from California. I don't know anything about their warranty department. I know that the 2 or 3 now that have come in the mail to me, for one reason or another, 2 of them because Jeff was out of town, are all good knives. If I got one bad, how would it be? I don't know. What's up, 1931 Leatherworks? How are you, brother? It's good to see you, man. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Boomtown, as it were, as you will, if you will. But this is a Chop 2. I think this one is $80, maybe $100. I'd have to check. It's that SLD Magic Sanmai button lock. Very, very sharp on my finger. Break out my coupon book. This is a Japanese design or a Japanese inspired design, this chop. But it doesn't have what I would consider to be the sliciest geometry, more of a pokey geometry, but it's very, very sharp. I mean, scary so. And this is a Chop 2. Review coming one day soon. Let's see how this one cuts. This one's an SLD Magic. This one's been used probably by a reviewer, I'm guessing. I'm trying to keep out of the choil. Feels very, very sharp. And it has the same little, a little different. I've never seen a Dwyer up close. They're pretty similar. This is more of a clip point. I guess that's why they're calling it a Bowie, where this is more of a drop point. But if I had $320 to spend on a knife, I would buy one. I think they're that cool. Very cool, very cool. Who have I missed? Anybody? Anybody? Is there anybody out there? Send me a pic of the Tang stamp. Tang stamp. I'm not sure if I know what you're talking about, brother. Not sure I know what you're talking about. Hey, Brashear Bear, what is up, brother? Let me know what you want, and I'll get it for you for shiz. Tell you something we got in very cool at the shop today. What's up, Satisfaction? At Knives and More, they got in a laser, a tabletop. I say tabletop. It's probably 3 feet, 2 feet. I want to say it's 20 watts. Maybe it's more, but it is a not only knife engraver. If you want to say this is from Betty Lou to Billy, it is a knife maker's mark making badass laser. We were sitting there playing with that thing up until it closed today. They just got it, and Tate and I were messing with it just on some stock metal. And it is amazing what that thing will do in a very rapid amount of time. And it'll get some depths. I don't know Mike's, how deep of a deep it is. I just know that Greg Datcher, the gentleman who was here on Friday Night Flicks about 2 weeks ago, and he just ordered a laser, and he had to order one that cuts pretty deep because of his Damascus. That's the thing, I guess. If you want your maker's mark to remain crisp, and you've got it makes sense, tight or hairy Damascus going on, you've got to be cutting cleaner lines and going a little deeper. But anyway, I'm really stoked about it. I'm hoping that Edgy comes up, not tomorrow because I'm off, although I'd go over there with him, or Thursday to take a look at it and talk to them about maybe doing some stone washing, not stone washing. I guess they'd call it blasting on a couple of blades, and possibly sharpening a couple of blades, and just looking at that laser machine. I think that'd be something that could be helpful for edgy American blades going forward. I could be wrong. I think they're going to be able to do a really good job. And I know Tate knows Shane, and think it might be something that works out good. What's up, Crispy Critter? Henry G, what's up, channel member? I don't know if I said hey to you, Matt. I don't know if I said hey to you either, brother. What's up? What's up? Crispy Critter, what's up? Good to see you, brother. Let's just get this off the screen. Let's go. Wrong. And I've got a couple of invites out there. I ought to just throw the line in the chat. We're going to try that one day. Anybody that wants to jump up, jump up. If I have to mute you, I'll mute you. Probably more for Friday Night Flicks when I've got a bigger screen. But hey, if we get bored in a little while, we might throw it up. Who knows? But I hope everybody's having a great night. Again, I said that probably 100 times. I would usually have something that I'd gone and watched and something that would have stirred my emotion. But since I've been so focused on defensive driving school and the things we can't control, like animals and children being unpredictable and jumping out of the bushes and all that shit, and having to get tested on it, or knowing that if I fucked up on any of those steps, I'd have to mark my ass up to the fucking court tomorrow at 8 o'clock and beg for a week, and didn't want to deal with that. So there was a lot of pressure that led up to that. Tang stamp on the buck 110 with date code. Try to date it for me. Oh, thank you, brother. Now I know what you mean. I've had it since, like I was saying, 2002. It's probably, I'm guessing it's a late 2000, but it just says I'll send you pictures because all it says is buck. It says 110-1 USA under it, but I'll take you pictures so you can see what I'm talking about. because there ain't nothing on the back. I don't think there's anything inside because I've kind of looked. But I love this knife. And it's clean. I sharpened it before I ever really just on a stone. And it's I dropped my book, my coupon book. But it is just because it's a hollow grind and blade geometry cuts. This is 440, I think. It's a great knife. I don't care what anybody says. Good buck 110. What else do you really need? Now I know if I went and skinned a deer with this, I'd probably need to sharpen it, but I've sharpened this one. It was very easy to sharpen. I sharpened it on my Work Sharp Field Sharpener, as a matter of fact. Is what I touched it up with. And it got sharp. And then this is my axial that does not have the greatest blade geometry, cutting geometry, but it's also very, very sharp. And hopefully they're going to be a guest on Friday Night Flicks in conjunction with the new knife they've got coming out. A fixed blade that they're going to be launching here, I think before Christmas, maybe after Thanksgiving or the week. I know, I think it's the 20th of December or November. So let's go there. Let's just show you what I'm talking about here. Go to Axials. Axial. Let's go to StreamYard and share that shit so I don't just talk to myself like I did last week and leave y'all just totally hanging, not looking at anything. Alpine Ultralight. Really nice knife. Sub 2 ounces. Just a thinner version of the Alpine. Very, very cool. If you're not following Axial, they fought some battles. I'm going to drop their Instagram in chat. If you guys are Instagram people, give them a follow. Oh, 420 HC. It doesn't say for on mine. I just know it had the. It just says buck 110. Bizarre. What happened? I went so little. Stop sharing, Paul. But it's a hardy knife. And oddly, it's still in really straight. You see in the ones, two, what you're seeing as the one is like the 2006 date stamp. That is very, very corresponding because my daughter would have been 7. That makes all the sense in the world to what I'm looking at and the time frame to when I found it, because maybe I found it in 2007, 2008. Thank you, brother. Thanks for doing a little sleuthing for me. We've got a poster up at Knives and More that does that with cases. I guess cases, there are a lot of people that are trying to figure out what they've got. And amazing what some of those damn knives bring when people bring them up there to sell. I've witnessed some jaw droppers. What's up, Cliff? Welcome, welcome, brother. A little background music going. It's mighty quiet in here. Let me do something. Turn this down. How about that? I can hear it. Just roll on that. Roll on. Yeah, Cole goes live till we used to go live at 10:15 is when I used to start Insomniac, and I did a start earlier. So we started earlier, but we'll still go late because I don't work on Wednesdays and I don't have to go to traffic court tomorrow and say, when I didn't get my shit finished because I did get it finished. Yay for me. But I stressed my nuts off over traffic court, shit that if I didn't have to read through it all, I probably could have passed the test, but there were a lot that question you when they give you the all the above shit or none of the above. And you know that one of those things, and the wording of the question, I noticed that tactic of being tricky as shit. I have to go back and read the question a couple times and like, they're throwing me off on the question. They're asking me what never to do. We weren't just taught, if I were to read that whole page of what never to do, we were taught to do if something came up. So it was kind of tricky. What you gonna do? Cliff is throwing the love around. I love to see that. I love to see it. Throw that love around, brother. Throw it around. But I've never been an O knife guy. I'm still probably not an O knife guy, but the CEO, which was one of my first knives that got me into the knife game, was kind of very similar to this. It was a thumb stud knife, or it had one single thumb stud. And this is a flipper knife. How? And it's about 6 years in the making. This is a great alternative. Made by Kaiser, I think. Kaiser makes all the O knife stuff. But this is the O knife AION. I'll be doing a review on that sometime this week. Todd, here's one for you. ZL SLD Magic Sand Mob over some shit. And this is their Dwyer model. Here's one on a not as controversial knife with the same steel. SL, what was it called? Whoops. It was called, on the one I got, it's called, I go back and find it. Let me find it. Page 1. God, they got some beautiful, it's called, I found the blade. All right, something weird's happening all of a sudden. Chop. That's what I'm looking for. I want to know what is the blade steel on this chop. Because I was reading it earlier. All right, I'm losing my fucking mind. Sorry, YouTube. It was saying SLD Magic on all this stuff. Let me go back to the Dwyer. That's where I read it. DWYER. Dwayne Dwyer is the BBNM, if any of you are wondering. And they call it SLD satin with a Hammond Bowie blade. SLD satin, which I think some people have told me it's D2ish. But only on the Dwyer that they talk about it. Dwyer, if you don't get the CPM 3V, it looks just like that. Very sharp. But I don't know what it is. Very cool. Very cool. Who made it for Buck? No idea. And this clip point and the Tonto are two, I think, cool renditions to have, because I don't see the clip point out there that much. I see more of a drop point in the ones I've seen lately. I don't see a lot of them. I'm sure a lot of people will say, no, the clip point's much more popular. There are a lot more clip points. I see drop points more often than not. That's just, and the North Mountain blade feels very, very good. I'm sure it's on bearings, ceramic bearings. It says it is. Or this is on phosphorus bronze. Would I rather have phosphorus bronze? Yes. I personally would. Would I rather have 01 tool steel? Yes, I personally. But I'm weird. Would I add that to my collection if I had the cash sitting around, or if I could? But I don't think they have. It's called something now, different now. A paying for. Yes, I would. What's up, Joe Isabella? Oh, dog woke me up, having a poof poof. Howdy, brother. I keep looking out the door for Puck. That's who I'm keeping my eye out for, so he doesn't go out and get in cat fights. Y'all give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to make sure he's not chilling. See there, he wasn't out there chilling. But I don't have to feel guilty and worry about his ass. If he was, what if he was? Well, he'll be there when the live's over. I go out with the live's over and he's usually there. Or about an hour after sunrise, he comes strolling around. That's usually when he's got the sparklies on him and he smells like cigarettes and vodka or cigarettes and bourbon. What's up, Robin Dalian? What is up? What is up? Todd Carr is just a wealth of information. That is the absolute fact. He won't steer you wrong. He will not steer you wrong at all. Whoops. 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 What was I going to look for? What was I looking for? Good, I took it out. I was going to take a second and just... I wanted everybody to get that out of their system. Because I've been feeling a lot lately. I have to sometimes get the feels out of my system. God, it feels good sometimes to do it. God, it feels good. What's good, Donnie? Good to see you, brother.
You can call.
Donnie, we were just looking at your knife, but I was trying to pull it back up and didn't come up. Where is it? Oh, that's because I'm on a different page. We were looking at the knife that Paul Mills got, and it is what I would say gorgeous. Good to see you, homie. Good to see you, brother. And that is a beautiful, beautiful knife. Dansa is in the house. Yeah. Crash back out, brother. If you wake up, we might be here, Joe. You jump right in and say, hey. You never know. Donnie, no, it's thank you, brother, for bringing beautiful shit to life. Let me pull that up real quick. For those of you that didn't see it, because we have an audience that's kind of turned over. Let's just go and look at this knife again. Because Paul gave me permission and it's on Donnie's page. And by God, Donnie made it. So we're going to look at it. And I think it's a custom, or it was a custom request. Look at that beautiful material that was made by hand. That's made by hand. I think the only thing made by someone else is a hardware. He might be making that now. But I know he made the scales. I know he made the backspacer. I know he made that beautiful clip. Look at that. Less knives on the show, on the lock side. Watch this. Right on, Donnie. Keep grinding, my brother. That's freaking beautiful. Uh-oh. Chippy's wanting to come see. Hold on. We're about to have a major fuck up here. All right. Holy shit. Where are you trying to go, girl? That was fucking hairy. That was as hairy as driving school. That might have been hairier than driving school. You get tangled up, girl? That swedge is killer. It's just so beautiful. I mean, the whole thing is, and it's functional. It's a big ass, heavy ass knife. And that's what's cool about it. Badass. And Donnie made it. He should be proud and Paul should be stoked. And that's what it's all about, brother. Me too. I'm interested in all that stuff. I love learning about how that shit really works in real life. Because for me, like I said, I'm the first to tell you, I'm opening fucking cat food. I'm opening a few Amazon packages, a few knife boxes. Not a lot. Yeah, I'm going to drop Donnie's Insta right here. The best way, I think, to reach him. I think he might have an email attached, but Insta DM right here is the best way. Pinned at the top of the page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pin that bitch to the top of the chat for any of y'all to grab it, because we ain't got nothing pinned at the top of the chat. And Donnie, I know what it's like trying to deal with that, because that's a pain in the ass. If you ever need help, let me know. But with your Instagram and your organic nature of what you make, you probably want a way for people to do transactions, which I can understand that. But yeah, your Instagram and the way that you show shit being done, that's a great calling tool. A selling tool is, I guess, what I meant to say. Calling card, selling tool. Telling people what's up. Come here, Tip. Come here, baby girl. Oh no, that wire was scary. Here's Tip chilling. Links don't work in vertical strings, unfortunately, do they not? Let me see something. Hold on. Sure did when I clicked on it. And now I'm not clicking on a phone. I'm clicking on. Let me show you what I just clicked on. I just clicked on the one that was pinned, but you've got to be on maybe a desktop. And it took me to this beautiful fucker's face right there. But if you're on a phone, I can see that it probably doesn't. Yeah, they do on a PC. Just not a phone. Congratulations for helping me there, brother, because I would not have known the difference. My phone is being used as this. Hello, phone. Not wrong. Showing one of American Blade Works knives. Microtech. The reason I like showing it is the difference in the season or the Gen 3 and the Gen 4. In the Gen 3, they brought out zero blade play. In the Gen 4, they discontinued and no longer offer zero blade play, which means this will go up in value. And more importantly, Gavin won his case. Congratulations, allegedly. K Mason, what's up? Got it, guys. Got a cat in my lap. Ron Crow, what is up, brother? Channel member, good to see you, my man. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Everybody giving Ron some love. Ron goes live on Saturday afternoon, and he goes live for quite a while. He's one of those marathon livers. I'll tell you who I've been seeing that I wish would pop in, who seems to go live for freaking ever, is brother Rod's Nerdy Knives. Like he starts at 7 and he's sometimes going, forever Robin needs a wrench. Let me get back over to my portal where I can actually do shit like that. Let me find Robin. Robin is now a moderator. He's got a wrench. Let me see if anybody else is in here. Thanks, Geeks Machinist. What do you want, Tippy? I think Tippy wants Sheba, and I didn't get by to get Sheba today, so we're Sheba-less. But she's got plenty of food. KO goes live from like 2 a.m. to 6. That dude is a maniac. Or he's got his days and nights totally flipped, or his Adderall is just kicking like a pack of banding engines. Because he is up he starts about midnight and he goes till about 6. Because that's usually when I'm up. After this, I will be doing a video, making a video. I won't go live for a couple of days, but I shoot my videos late night. Adderall. Hey, by the way, I'm prescribed Adderall. I love it. It keeps me a little less. At night, it's all worn off, so I'm kind of still scatterbrained. But I take one XR30 for my weight. They say it's the most they can give me in the day. And then I take a 10 milligram booster at like 2 p.m. And it lowers my brain activity allegedly, where normally people would get wigged out. For me, it just kind of brings me down. That's probably why I loved and did so much Go Fast in the old days. Combination of Crown Royal and Go Fast. It's scary shit. That's why I quit drinking though. It got too expensive. And I was a reckless, angry drunk. I didn't need that. And I would buy a lot of cocaine. Didn't need that either. Self-fulfilling, just a bad deal for me. Not for everybody, but for me, it was a self-medication in the worst. But now that you know about me. Nice, Neil McKenzie. I've got 10 years and May 17th. I can't do the math in my head. But I'm coming up on 11. One day at a time, 1 hour at a time, God willing. For me, it is a One day at a time thing. I'd love to try a single action K Mason. I've seen and handled several. One of them was a Protec that I saw that was an old model that we happened to get in before I worked there. Super cool knife, but Heretic makes them and Microtech makes a couple of models. We don't have any in the store, but those things that I've seen, I mean, you got to yank that spring back. I mean, you could definitely stick it up to somebody soft and fleshy and it would not bounce back like a double action does. Where a double action will hit something and stop and bounce back, single action doesn't. Yeah, they're very, very cool. Hey, and there's nothing wrong, 1931 Leatherworks. Some people, there's nothing wrong with getting drunk. There's nothing wrong with getting shit-faced drunk. It's just for me, it was a combination of things. I always tell people alcohol was not bad. It was a combination of me drinking a lot of alcohol, doing a lot of other shit, having a fucked up personality anyway. It was a choice I made. I never condemn anybody for it. I wish I could drink normal. I'd be much happier. That's true, Sierra Rick. And the funny thing is, before I always kind of did the coke, but I had a Hinderer every day and a half Lortab Narcon addiction for 13 and a half years. So yeah, I've battled addiction. I think that I'm on the back side of it because I've gone through so much shit from it. But yeah, it's very expensive to maintain. And I did it as a professional. I did it working, white collar jobs. Nobody knew I was sick unless I was sick, right? If I didn't have it, somebody thought I had a problem. If I had it, I was just being a productive strategist, whatever you want to call it. I was living a lie, brother. But for those of you out there that are dealing with addiction, you can always quit. It just takes time sometimes. You got to be ready to quit. And there's help out there. And I don't mean rehab. I'm just talking about there's some good rooms out there where people are going through the same shit you're going through. Sometimes that's enough. Sometimes it is. What's up, Michael Upchurch? Good evening, brother. Good to see you, man. We were just chilling on a Tuesday night, seeing what's up, checking it out. Hey, that's a good addiction to have, buddy. That's what I call a healthy addiction. A hankering, if you will. I still have hankerings, but they're hankerings to things that I know for me are very addictive. But I've got an addictive personality. I'm one of those, if it's a little bit, it works. A lot's going to probably work better. I'm just either blessed or cursed with that kind of logic. And it does not work that way. Trust a brother. If I could stop at 3 drinks for me is perfect. 3 drinks in about an hour and 15 minutes, and I'm golden. My problem is I just kept adding them on. And somewhere between 8 or 12, I was on the phone. Hey, man, what's up? Where you at? Playing that bullshit. I got to be old. Yeah, there's some beautiful stuff out there. I'm not exposed to a lot of the stuff like Donnie makes, but Donnie, the knives he looks at in his orbit are so different than the knives I see in my orbit. And that's what's cool about the knife game is you see and are exposed to in little dabs until you get really, really interested. Then you can kind of immerse yourself into it. And somebody mentioned watches earlier. Knives can be a very, very expensive habit, but you're getting beautiful shit, right? Jewelry can be an expensive habit. Nice shoes can be an expensive habit. Timepieces. I'm talking an hour and 15 minutes. And that's not a lot of drinks, buddy. Those were Crown and Cokes. And I did drink them pretty fast. For a little guy, I could always drink for drink with a lot bigger guys. That didn't mean I would process it much better. But I didn't fall down a lot. They called me sprinkler head from time to time. That's a little too much information. But I would come back strong, by God. I would climb my ass into a shower. Oh God, dude. Yep. He's slinging. That's funny. No, dude, I was a puker, Donnie. I was that guy who I'd feel it coming on and I could walk to, I mean, I wouldn't puke like on people. I'd walk to the bathroom, close the door, puke, get it all out of my system and keep drinking. Dude, feel better, Kyle. I hope you feel better, brother. I think it kept me from dying several times, Donnie. But I was, I was definitely a sprinkler head guy. And when we went out working for people, puking and rallying, hey, it worked, dude. Empty that stomach out of all that shit before it knocks you dead. Yeah, I didn't start my hard drinking until after the 27 Club. Soup chugging Santa. We're all a couple of bad choices away, guys. Gabby! What up, Gabby? Everybody welcome Gabby. What's up, Gabby? We talking about life. We talking about knives. We talking about nothing special. Yeah, puke, not punk. Punk would get you swung at on my olden days. Said Stevie, what's up, mofo? I bet you're traveling around the country this time of the week. HRC will probably make a difference. How the question is like, can it compete? At what levels is it? Let's not have a good night, brother. No sadness. Come back if you get bored, brother. We'll be here. Love you, dude. Keep making cool shit. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. Out of beers, dude. That's bad planning. Home tonight, heading to Seaside, Oregon in the morning. Oh, okay, brother. I'd send you a link, but it sounds like you're not long for this world. Big Machinist is throwing up some. Let me see if I can pull that up. I'll take this out and share it. Because I can share it. Unless it's about to show me. Ooh, audio file shit. Audio file, cool shit. Row. That looks clean. Look at that amp. It looks like a single dude lives there too. Maybe married dude, but I like it. I can get behind it 100%. I'm heading to bed in a bit. I don't blame you, brother. I don't know how long I'll be up tonight either. I thought you said out of here. I didn't know beer, dude. I can't read, Donnie. No, I'm coming off 4 hours that I knocked out in about an hour and a half of defensive driving school. So I'm a little bit swaggered, scrambled, smothered, covered, not enough buzzard. Hold on 1 second, kids. I'm going to hit you with an ad. I'm going to go check the cat. Be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. He's out loving, and it's going to start raining in about, I don't know, 20 minutes. And I don't want him coming in here soaking ass wet because he doesn't have sense enough to get out of the rain. I'll just tell you. All right, all right. You're reinvesting in your business, buddy. And you got to have stuff to live on. Chocolate bars. I live off of these shell and eat peanuts that I'm addicted to. And Mexican pizzas, guys. I can't stress the quality and deliciousness of I love the way he just walks right by her. He's like, I'm out of here. See ya. I'm going to get a fucking Mexican pizza. I'm going to get a Mexican pizza. I ain't got time for you. You're going to bring me nothing but trouble. Ooh, the modded Hadros. That was a great knife, Stevie. I had one of the original old Hadroses. Save it up for a new battery. I'm going to need a new starter for my fucked up total car. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Like I said, let me check out and see if let me expose y'all to some horrible shit. Might as well. Let me see if he's live. Let's see what the fuck he's. Let's see what he's doing. All right. I'm gonna wait till he comes back because this is just AI bullshit. This dude's bullshit. But he's cringe. In one Cornerstone Goblin, XI Tipper, and Par in yesterday. I love the Par. What a great knife. Ron Crow, that's awesome, dude. You got one coming out, don't you? I think you got one coming from me that went out Monday for a T1. I believe. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know who it went to. It went to somebody. I thought it was you. Could be wrong. Fuck, I don't know. Let's see what Carmex is doing. He still got his dancing chick. No good there. That must have meant somebody said something in the live that got him all worked out because he gets in his feels. Robert, it's a good one, buddy. You'll like it. I think you and Ron both won one. I think Ron won it in the regular, and then Robert, you won it because you had not won before. Here we go. Let me show y'all what Carmex does. And I'll pull y'all right back out of it.
Pumping through my veins. So the Red Bull. I did some healthy things today, so I don't feel so guilty drinking this shit. Because I do feel guilty imbibing in Red Bull, you know, everywhere I look, everywhere.
That guy's got
you
like,
shouldn't drink that, Carmick. It's bad for you. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it gives me an energy boost. I know, but it can't be healthy. I know. There's a lot of things that do that ain't healthy. Like the cigarette in my hand. It's not healthy. Whatever are we going to do with you, Carmick? I'm going to do what I do.
And the reason people watch him is for the train wreck that is bound to happen. is that said Stevie Nanopus for the man, the myth, the legend himself. Stevie wants Nanopus.
You can call me Nannerpuss, Nannerpuss. And guess what? I love Nannerpuss. You can call me Nannerpuss, Nannerpuss. And guess what? I love Nannerpuss.
He gets a little man hug too. I know he gets nervous. Stevie's not a hugger. He doesn't like that shit. I don't blame him. He's a man's man. Thank you, Stevie. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, Ron wasn't here to claim, so somebody in the chat said, well, you were going to do the clutch lock first. So if y'all want to swap those out, swap them out. I love the Nanopus song. That's from a breakfast company. What was it? Is Puddle House, maybe? Can't remember. I can't remember. Yeah, y'all check them out if you y'all switch them around. They can go wherever they need to go. They just left my house on Monday. That's what I try to do. I try to get my stuff out, because if not, there was a day and a time when I had shit piling up. I mean, piling up. I'd have 5-6 weeks worth of giveaways. And Matisfaction's voice would always come to me. Whose prick's going to be coming to him very soon. Shane's bringing it up to me. That's a fact, Jack. That's a fact, Jack. That's why I had to sneak one in there. Yeah, the Nanopus song will turn your road rage into just an upside down, just a smiley face. There's so many Nanopusses out there. Silly huggers. Donnie's a hugger. He won't admit it. I snug a hug on Donnie. I don't think he punched me. I know he didn't. Maybe it was a fister, but we bonded. We bonded out in the, what would you call that? The cul-de-sac? The porte-cochere? The VIP parking section? AKA smoker section? Nah. You got love, brother. You let it happen. I know. Oh no, what happened? I don't even want to know. Carnage of a foot sounds bad. I watched the dude I work with reach into a cabinet to try to move some knives, and there was an Italian stiletto just poking at him, pointing at him, and he stuck it right between these two fingers. Didn't stick it that deep, but he stuck it in a vein, and that shit squirted. Yeah, they're on their way to, let me see who got what. I can tell y'all from my little dossier here. I'm about to have to get another dossier. So, Ron Crow got the T1 clutch lock, and Robert got the T1 button lock. Button lock is black G10, and the clutch lock is green G10, I believe. Both of them have DLC coated blades. The only difference is the button. It's not a top liner, it's a plunge. I had another one here. Kaiser will usually do that. They'll do knives in different locks. I've got my December Kaisers over there, and I've got a couple of razor knives. You know, the knives that one of them is a drop bear, and one of them is a sheep's dog. And they got different locks, but I forget which is which. And this is a button lock, not a plunge lock, or not a top liner lock. Got the plunge. This is a pretty cool knife. This chop. I think these are about $80, maybe 100. Griptilian sweet. He was running the house and kicked the floor vent. Ooh, dude, that's horrible. That's horrible, horrible. I hope he heals quickly. Oh, I'm so glad it sold out, Stevie. I was going to go look at that tonight. What a beautiful specimen. 299 bones for Magna Cut aluminum made by one dude and a CNC machine. And it's got plenty of kick, but it doesn't kick. It doesn't have leave your hand kick. Let me go to Michael's site. Okay. Yes, nice. $299. And he should be having some Model 1s. Let's see. Model 1 V7s. They might be up to V8s now. But I'm so stoked for him. Double wide. Vertical for a Tuesday. Vertical for a Tuesday. Horizontal or landscape for a Wednesday. And I can't do what StreamYard would like me to do, Mars, because it has too much shit going on inside here. My little world where I can see the chat and the people. It shows that double time instead of streaming it together. I don't get it. I don't get how anyone could try to follow it, especially if you're drinking Jones soda. Mary Jones soda. So delicious with cane sugar and 10 milligrams THC, which, by the way, is snuck in the bill that the Senate passed to make this illegal. THC, gummies, and drinks. I don't know what that does to states that have already said, fuck you, but I think it sucks for states like Alabama. Who yield to anything they say. Let's see if all right, he's in the free chat. He's about to splurge. Let's watch Carmack splurge.
You know what? When I see this much garbage, I just want to play more fucking music. Kinda. I think so. Look at, we got this retard. Should we block somebody? Yeah. Let's block it. Let's block this fucking nothing. One block a day keeps the doctor away.
This guy's psycho,
Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. And this one.
He's blocking a bunch of people now, so somebody's triggered him. They do highlight reels on him. Doug Ritter's rock, Robert Jones. I've got a Ritter and a small Ritter. And they are good knives. One of my Ritters was gifted to me for doing Knives Live 2021. Shane, Lefty, Grateful Panic. I can't remember who else. Shane, Lefty, and I think were the ones that got these from the other creators that were in it. But this is a MK1B2, I think. Kind of like a Griptilian, but it's got more meat on the G10 and came with 20 CV. Now they're Magna Cut. And it's got a beefier axis enclosure. I always thought they were kind of a better knife. I've got this little guy in Damascus. This is the mini Ritter, like the mini grip. I've got a mini grip too. About the size. This is a Purdue, but the bodies are very, very similar because Doug Ritter worked on the Griptilian. Word to your mother, your father, and your sister, and your brother. And then a great value USA knife, the Kershaw Bel Air. What a great knife for $149 in Magna Cut aluminum. Very thin, very slicey. Bug out killer. Even though I like the bug out. And before that, you had the Hogue Deca. This one's got some original goat scales on it, but this one was about $130. At the time, it had 20 CV. Now they're Magna Cut. Some great choices. A good time to be a knife guy. Oh, she is. Do you have a larger Bel Air? No, but I reviewed it. So I've got a review on it, El Cap Addict. I'll tell you who has one is brother Ryan. Ryan let me borrow his, and it is awesome. I did a size comparison and everything. I've got a video on it, but I don't know how I could find it. I went to content. Bel Air XL, I think is what it was called. Bel Air. Here it is. Let me show you what the size difference is. Oh, fuck. Where is it? This, make it that. I'm sharing that. Share this. No, that's what the.
Mom's gonna kill us.
Gorilla Super Glues. Of course.
Gorilla has a fix for every project. Original.
I'm talking therapeutically. Yeah, there we go. Held on by roughly 3 body screws. So this knife I've not disassembled, but I'm sure it's pretty easy to disassemble and to, keep maintained if you need to. But very, very smooth action, very light. I think because of the G10, it's lighter than the original Kershaw. We'll compare that here in a second. Compare it now.
First,
let's
see.
L. I've been carrying it in my each underneath it. So again, goes in and out of for scale oil, but this is a flat on the front. Benchmade bug out with some Lex custom international scales, bigger than the bug out. Spyderco PM2 with some AWT scales, smaller than the PM2. For scale, I'll put my Sharpie up for all my friends that can get a good idea of. Where's the fucking about 2 inches longer than a Sharpie. And then the Bel Air version 1 or original size. There's the size difference. If that shows it. The XL is a good bit bigger. A good bit bigger. Studs on that guy. You know, I really love the Tag Dial. I've got to review a Tag Dial with the L Max. It's got the studs, not the hole, and the studs give it a lot more oomph. Give me a second, guys. Apologize. All right. Yeah, I like the XL for me. I went ahead and bought Bel Air after Brian let me check his out before the XL came out, but I like the XL. It's no bigger. I mean, it's a little bit longer, but it's no bigger in pocket. I have no advantage for just having the smaller one. I like the big one. Because like I said, it's smaller than a PM2, and a PM2 is probably one of my favorite go-to knives. Thumb flick it, studs, reverse flick. I'd say the holes. Yep. Depending on where the studs are placed. For me, some studs you can't get a reverse flick on. What's up, Luke? But for some, the hole just doesn't give you you've got to go for the right spot in the hole to get the pop. Where with the studs, you don't have to really think about it. And then this wire just springs to life. This North Mountain blaze feels great in the hand. Very nice knife. Very nice, very nice. I don't know if I showed you guys this last time, but I did a review on this little guy. This is the Kaiser Rook. An interesting little fixed blade designed by a dude out of Texas. This kind of nest monkey style blade. Small little G10. Nice little blade. I've been carrying it a lot in my back pocket, but today I'm carrying, if I can get it out, and Dustin drivers. These little clips, god damn, they want to hold. These deep concealments are bangers. Mine's gotten a little loose. But I carried it today. My little Dustin driver Ricochet. Made right over there in Gunnersville. Magna Cut. 65 HRC. G10 with G10 liner, kind of match my Benchmades. And then where would I be without my Jacob Creates Chickadee? Maddie's favorite big knife. This is the 20 CV. I had a freak and traded it for my T3 button lock. My bitch made freak. I traded straight across for that. My M4 freak, just because I didn't carry it at all. And I really wanted this knife. Just because I love the Malibu and the Mordax, and this one's got thumb studs. Whoops. What's going on, Paul? Gareth HP. What's up, brother? Major Powell, that will be good times. The guys at the office that I worked at got in a laser engraver today, and they're starting to engrave. By the time I get back on Thursday, they'll probably be engraving on some blades. We'll see. Gareth, South American brother, is here. Like my buddy Dave Matthews, who I won't put in Gareth's same sentence because I'm sure he's not a Dave Matthews fan, as a lot of y'all aren't. But I am, by God. Yes, it is. And it's doing some cool stuff. It's one that a knife store got. It's really cool. Excuse me for snorting on you guys. Yeah, and I wouldn't have gotten rid of it, but I've gotten to the point where I hadn't been working for over a year. So for me to get knives, I got to trade knives. And Knives and More has been one of my big trading places. Then I've got some brothers that I'll trade knives with too from time to time. So that works. Well, I get by with a little help from my friends. That's for shiz. He's okay. I know Gareth. He's not everybody's speed. That's for sure. I have a feeling I'm going to have to take this apart. Something does not feel right about my Chupacabra. Or I've been carrying other shit. And it's just got some clunk built up behind the lock. I don't know. I carry too much different stuff. Too much different stuff. That's part of it, right? And I love my PM2s. Almost bought one. We've got one at the store. 2 Salt series, a PM2 and a PM3 matching set in Magna Cut with their black scales for the Salt series. Gorgeous knives. I'll tell you what else is up there if anybody's interested. 2 Sage 6s, which are evidently hard to find. The button liner lock, Sage. Came after the Sage 5, Sage 6, bought one. Let me Google it for you if those of you who are like me and don't remember. Spyderco Sage 6. 6, bump. Looks like this beast right here. Cheer it. Great little shape. Taichung, Taiwan. Got a squirrel popping up on you like Spyderco does. Are you a knife nut? No. Nothing fancy in blade steel, but it is a button lock, a button liner lock, like the Smock. So we got a couple of those at the store. And we've got a Rex 121 down there. Which I think is I forget which the Rex 121 is. I get them all confused. I'm a hack. But I do always miss the PM2 after I sell them. You know, 1931 Leatherworks, early on, I got a PM3 because I was convinced I would like it better, and I sold it. It's one of the first knives I sold. I'll tell you something I'm glad I didn't sell was my Dragonfly. I've got a ZDP 189 Dragonfly, and we just became a Flytanium dealer. Check this out. Flytanium. And I've got my buddy that works up there just did this. Let's go to Spyderco. And let me go to Dragonfly. Check these out. And make a share. And I can get them for less than this. Not a lot, but less. For my little Dragonfly. It's a titanium scale kit. Comes with a back spacer. And it comes with washers. With Dragonflies don't have washers. They just got the blade against the plastic. But I'm thinking about modding my Dragonfly. So there's that. Knife nuts. That's what I'm thinking about doing. It does. It's a great little knife. It was my first knife back into the game. It's the first knife I bought before I ever had knife case number 1. I bought it from St. Nick's Knives, where Tate, the guy I work with now, worked before he joined Knives and More, where I do part-time stuff for now. Rips Garage Tech. Tie. I've not tried their tie. Now, I've got his scales on my Shaman, but they're not tie. They're some of my favorite scales that aren't tie. They're these beautiful bastards right here. Those are rips. And a Lynch clip. That's a CTX XHP blade steel from a Cutlery Shop exclusive. Into that knife shop. No. I just worked there, brother. I have not bought into it at all. I was a customer. I always went there. I went there once a week at least just to hang out. And I'd go down there on Saturdays almost every week. They'd let me review something. And they were looking for somebody over the holidays and maybe beyond to work. I work from 2 to 6 a few days a week. That's all I do is I sell knives down there and talk about knives. But no, I have no stake in it, so to speak. I'm an hourly guy. No commissions, no nothing fun like that. But from coming from a corporate world where I was having to do gap plans and all kinds of happy horse shit every quarter, it's a nice change of pace. It doesn't pay the same amount of money, of course, but it's hanging around with knives and people that talk about knives all day is... Some of the customers can be maddening, but most of it's all in all just good. I enjoy it. And it's such, for me, I'm learning how they work. You know, what it's like. What's up, Josh? Good to see you, brother. I'm learning how little shops work and how they stay alive. This little shop's about to celebrate its 22nd year in Huntsville, Alabama. And they're a premium plus Benchmade dealer. I forget, they've got the top designation for case. Let me go to their Instagram site because it gives their accolades. Hold on. Instagram. And it's Knives and More Huntsville. I'm trying to get more stuff on there for them. Here's their site. I'm going to drop the chat and then I'm going to show you their shit. I think they're more active on their Facebook page. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I had to get out of some of that shit. And Facebook is what I bailed on. I'm an Instagram and a YouTube guy now. But I don't have the brain power to do more. But like, this is a picture I took of them, of a Paragon Cobra and a Mini Cobra. Evidently, those are a rare set. I don't know anything about them. But they are a premium and select dealer for Case and a premium plus dealer for Benchmade. And they carry Microtech, ProTech, Buck. They carry a lot of really cool custom stuff. Stuff like this. Randall. Model 2. Which is a sick knife. You got a grand burning a hole in your pocket. And you just got some cool stuff. They trade for a lot of cool stuff. They get a lot of cool stuff. And they'll sell anywhere. So I know they've got a lot of people that when certain things come in on trade, Striders and things like that, they call. They're huge into antique cases. Buying estate stuff from people. So if you're ever looking for a rare case knife, there your guy or gal. They sharp as shit. They've got Phoenix lights. Benchmade kitchen knives, about to quit carrying them, I think. The kitchen knives. That's one of their ads in the local. But they're a very cool store. And I did a video on this store where I did a walkthrough. And it's got more views than any other video I've ever done. It was just me walking through their store, showing stuff off. And I think it's got, I don't know. Let's see. It's got, if I go by views, video by views, got 78,805 views. And this is the store in question. Where I spend some time working now. Let's get the ad going. No, I'm not freezing my man nipple. But thanks for asking. So this is partial the way through it, so you don't have to see all my bullshit. But this will show you. So these are knives that people have brought back in, classic Benchmades, and traded for them. But again, anything that Benchmade makes that you might not have in stock around you, give Tate or John a call, because chances are they've got it here. They can tell you when they're going to have it here. But then what else really turns me on about everything up here is their trade-ins and their custom knives. So you'll see a lot of local customs, fine. But this is all this just going through there. The Sidekick kind of gives me Runt vibes, but it's smaller than the Runt. That's sold. Tires from Kershaw. There's a bunch of case fixies I didn't even know existed. So I come up to this corner cabinet. And it again is full. But in this next cabinet, they're all 1920 to 1960. Trying to get it slow enough for y'all to vibe on. Again, I apologize, but my education level on traditionals is very small. So I know we've got a lot of different blade shapes here. Sod buster there.
Here's the old
case is 1920 to 1990.
Those are all new in box.
What kind of blade is actually good for whittling?
Hear that question? Listen.
Yeah. What kind of blade is actually good for whittling? Like a whittling knife? Don't really have anything specific.
What kind of blade is good for whittling? Y'all got an answer for that guy? My first question would be, what you whittling, partner? What you be whittling? What you whittling? But that's a store. It's let's see if I can get to where it shows it from more of a view of that. Well, this is kind of it. Just pretty big store. They just moved up the
you name it. John and Tate can take care of you down here at Knives and More. Most interesting to me from today's lesson, what did we learn today? A 7701 TR3 manual integrity folder is available at Knives and More.
That's a frame lock, by the way.
Also, we have a, where'd that little guy go? Oh, we have got a ProTech 230 Sidekick 3 Pewter Warncliffe Bead Blast 175 bones. There's a Vero down here. I don't know how they are on the market, but they've got a Vero down here.
We've got like 3 Veros now. But I was trying to see if it got you any more. Look for the store. Because it is big. I mean, there's a lot of room to walk. That's it, right? Whoop.
I hope you find these videos interesting. Leave me a comment if it makes sense for you to see this stuff, if it helps you. I like to come in here at least every couple of months and do walkthroughs because their inventory turns over so much. But it's a great place. Reach out to John or Tate. I appreciate each and every one.
Well, that's it. That's where I hang out. 2 days a week. Not some more. Want. But yeah, people love that video. They be digging it. Bodacious is, if you're talking about shaman or bodacious, I would go with the bodacious over a shaman. Personally, that's just my gig. They do. K-Mason, they usually trade. It really depends on what you got because a lot of people come in and ask, but they will. I've seen them buy some really nice stuff. They buy a lot of really fine stuff out of people's collections. A lot of old stuff, and they're really fair. So, like, a widow might come in there with the collection. She doesn't know what she's got, and John, the older guy, will go through with her what all the pieces are, what they're worth to him, what she might want to try to sell, and he'll give her a couple of sources if they're really rare. He's a good guy. Y'all chat amongst yourselves. I'm gonna give one more peek for a puck. Puck's shaking his chances. He's like, I'm going to take my chances out here enjoying the nightlife. I don't blame him. I was young like that once too. Didn't bother me a bit. Has everybody got a busy week? What's everybody got going this week? Traveling, chilling, working close to home. The thing about the shaman, the little nubbin never bothered me. But a lot of people that don't like the little nubbin. I did a video on the comparison between the two. But there's a little nubbin that comes up right here. That little thing that the Bodacious doesn't have. But the Bodacious, to me, doesn't have the same ergos. Feels great. But I prefer the shaman because that little nubbin never bothered me. Which feels odd to some people. Some people have it ground off, I think. Another great knife. TRM Neutron is a fantastic little cutter. Got an aligner lock or a frame lock. Thin Magna Cut stock. Wonderful little knife. I had to break down and get another case. I swore I wouldn't, but I had to. I had to break down. I felt bad, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I had knives laying around, so I got a small 24 banger. Instagram or Amazon carries them now. Chicka, 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 chicka. I love it. Have you seen the Kaiser Shrike Thoughts? I love it. I have seen it. I reviewed it. That's a little bitty guy, but it carries like a much bigger guy. Hold on 1 second. Let me grab it. Make sure I'm talking about the same knife. So what struck me about the Shrike was its size. It's a little guy, but when you open it, the choil comes all the way up to here. So it gives me a full 4-finger grip, but a limited blade length. So the blade cutting area is only 2 inches. However, I love the look of this little knife. I love the action. It's multi-deployment. It's got thumb studs. Got a deployment hole. And it's got a really nice front flipper. And it's got a really nice forward choil. You couldn't really hold it back here. Doesn't make sense because the choil is gemmed. I love the Shrike. I love it. Dude, every Friday night will be landscape, and chances are these will go back to landscape. These just bring in a lot more viewers after the fact, and I'm just running a test. Last week's brought in like 700 and something people after the fact, where I normally get like 200. Are they going to equate to more people coming and hanging out? I don't think so. I don't think they're people that are just seeing it from curiosity's sake. But what are you going to do? I still think one of my favorite Kaisers is the Rays New Breed EDC collaboration. Brother Mark Perez designed this beautiful knife. It's also a front flipper. If you're that kind of guy. I'm really not a front flipper guy, but it's got a really sharp middle finger flicker thing. Boom. I carried it today. Big fan, big fan. Big fan of the top sale too. But a lovely young lady got that to give it for a gift. Great knife. Kaiser's coming out with some bangers. And they're coming out with some unique designs because they're pairing up with so many different designers. Hold on, guys. Let me meet this. My dad is calling. Uh-oh. Guys, I'm going to have to cut the live stream a little short. That's my dad. He lives about 5 minutes away. His power's gone out. So I've got to get on the phone, find out if it's storm related or if he's fucked something up. I love each and every one of you. I hate to bail this quickly, but life calls. What are you going to do? I love you guys. Do me a favor. Look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for your guy or gal to your right. I might pop up in an hour live again. Who knows? Just depends on what happens with him. I love all y'all. Peace.
Cigarettes. And when that stuff runs out, you're gonna wanna make it. Are you high on cigarettes?
Let's watch Juvon's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvon's weirdness and get high on